Always wait a couple seconds, make sure I'm live. Hey everybody, welcome to Goddess Love Healings. I love it, I love it, I love it. Good morning, good afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. Glad you're here. Remember, this is a timeless video always, as I work with the spiritual realm. No such thing as time over there. But I had a whole different intention today to do a video. And when I went to create it here, it literally said something else. It was already there. So whatever I did last time, I didn't check and it didn't go through. So this is always, it's also about entertainment. I am a master psychic medium, and I love to use tarot. But today we're just going to talk in I want to educate you, even though it says entertainment. You can take it how you want. I want to educate you because I am a mentor for a life coach. Relationships with the self and relationships outside the self is really important. So there's a logical part to this, and then there's the spiritual. So with that being said, we all know we live in a narcissistic and empathic world, and most of my education is about a higher evolution and process when we connect to our own heart. Okay. So I did take some notes, and I want to call out your own divine masculine energy. Okay. In this, you can read the description box. It all still pertains to the same topic. If you want to get technical, it's all that you are. All right. So again, my intention is to mentor your relationship with yourself and all that you are in this present moment. And I'm going to call out your own divine masculine energy. Okay. So forget about the relationship with your partner right now. We're going to call out your divine masculine energy. Okay. I am going to pull a couple cards, and obviously I just opened these up and got these two cards. So we got the King of Cups. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. So I'm going to still talk about my notes and what I want to educate you on. However, Spirit wanted me to bring these out. Okay, so right now I'm feeling a shift as the empathic soul that I am. Very intuitive. So I'm feeling the shift in your own masculine energy. Okay. You can take what resonates. If you want to fill this blank space with your masculine outside of you, that's fine too, because we are mirrors. So if I face these cards together like this, okay, we're mirroring, we're taking a deep look to what keeps us here in the mind space, right? So we're either projecting onto others, right? This masculine energy, right? We're either healing and we're evolving, or we're staying stuck right here. This is a stuck energy. Her hands are tied. She's blindfolded and she's looking up. There's people that don't want to look in this mirror. They don't want to feel, right? Maybe some masculine energy that has been in your life, right, has rejected you, right? So I'm also feeling like this is really huge on the planet right now. This King of Cups, in the next card. See, I told you, we're pulling it out of you. Okay, it's to take a look in the mirror. Every time you look in the mirror, okay, are you seeing you? Are you seeing something from the past, right? That's what the mind space is. It keeps you stuck in only seeing this perception one way. Okay. So we're going to step outside your masculine and look at your relationship right now with whoever you're with, or maybe you're not in a relationship. Okay. That is a mirror to your own inner child wound. Okay. And this is where it all stems from. But back to the self, we're about making a decision about nostalgic energy, about the past. Okay. And when it comes to love or being loved, right? So a lot of us have walked away from this energy of not feeling loved or good enough or stuck or in just the mental space. All right. And we decided to look up and no longer have this mirror. Okay. And we went within and we did the work on ourselves and we brought ourselves together. Right. This is a perfect counterpart and match the divine feminine, divine masculine in the self. Okay, this is about self-love, self-care. It's about nurturing yourself when you're feeling stuck and rejected, all right? And when others are projecting something other than love, because that's at the heart of everything. Love is at the heart. Love is, do I choose to walk away from the past and leave that behind and leave new footprint? Maybe uh, be more optimistic about love. I feel for some. There's a lot of people out there feeling abandoned and burdened and neglected, and in this lack mentality that there just isn't no love in their life. Okay. And when we feel that way, this is the education that I'm going to bring in, right? Um, when we feel that way, we actually are the ones that hold the key to open and unlock the self-love. And when you do this, you're aligning your divine feminine and your divine masculine in the self. And when you're feeling this way, maybe in your outside relationship with your partner, you have to stop and say, somebody's messing with my root chakra. Okay, we're gonna go right there. This is a lack mentality where you feel unsafe, not safe in the world, in the relationships. We have a relationship with everything, okay? But if we don't have any idea or clue, it's because this is what we were taught. And we don't care where it came from. We're all adults. We get to choose now as an adult to walk away from what's not serving us. Okay. So it could be a person, place, or a thing or someone else's idea that has kept you stuck. Okay. Has been projecting this energy onto you. All right. Maybe it's someone from the past. Maybe it's you. Keep bringing it back to you. Okay. Because energy goes where it flows, and where you're focused, it's coming back to you. All right. So it's a good thing to reminisce, okay, about past. Maybe someone here is remembering past lives. It's very practical, okay? So that is the logical part of life and living and experiencing love. It needs to, we weren't taught that we should love ourselves. We were taught, well, what are you crying about? You want something to cry about? We were shut down to not feel. Okay. And it's all about the feeling. Love you cannot see because love is blind. Love is blind. And then you always get this new beginning as the fool, and you get to start over. Um, no relationship is meant to last forever. They're always there to teach us something, whether to stay or walk away. Right. So if you're being in this energy right now, you hold the key. All right. Maybe some of you already know this and you still stay stuck. Been there, done that. Okay. This is the big bang. Okay. This is the big bang that we're all waiting for, besides the creation of us. Okay. We had to first know what rejection felt like to know how to move into the self-love, which is your divinity, your Christ consciousness, your all that is that you're connected to. Okay, you cannot deny it. When you're out of alignment, you know you feel stuck, you're in your head, People outside of you are projecting shit onto you that is not your truth. And if it is your truth, it's time to go within. Okay, it's time to go within. Go be with yourself. Walk away. Stop reminiscing right here, because we live in this loop, in this belief system that love needs to look like this. Okay, love needs to look one way, and if it doesn't look that way, I'm going to reject it. I'm going to push it away. So stop rejecting love and focus inside the self. And you don't feel like this. This is the key. This is a door to spirit, your own spirit, and bringing you in. And this can be a pentacle, a fire sign, earth sign, whatever it is to you. Okay. But right now, spirit's saying this, right? You are this. Aligned in perfect harmony with the self, masculine and feminine energy. And this is happening right now. There's a lot of new beginnings that's tangible, okay? And we've had to walk away from a lot of swords, right? This is a 10 of swords, and she's focused on the future and leaving the past behind. All these thoughts that keep stabbing her in the back, and how many times you've been stabbed in the back over love, you get to make a choice, okay? Let that go. Focus on the self, and it's done. It's like a victory in the self, right? You'll be noticed. You'll be seen because you're doing the work for self, right? You're working hard on the self. You are a leader, and I dare everybody that comes to this video, remember it's timeless, to educate others. If you're doing this work, step up and be a leader. Teach. I dare you to share more love. Decide. Every decision, every cat that gets turned over, right? He looks confused, and that means you're not grounded. Okay. Love is in everyone and in everything. And it's the way it is perceived. It is perceived that we will fail. It is perceived, I brand charity. It is perceived that we're alone, and, we're not. We're not. We came to this planet to experience love, abundance of love and compassion and joy and happiness. And if you're not in that, you are here, okay? Or you are here, or you are here, or you are here. Like when pigs fly, if I turn this card upside down, this man is looking at his feet. He's like, man, how can I get grounded? How can I connect my feet to my body, all right, and stop pushing love away? When he's up like this, he's not connected. He's still looking up like, yeah, when pigs fly, I'll get grounded. I'll be able to love, or I'll accept love. Until then, we just simply reject it because we're nostalgic and we live in the past. And we think the past comes back to haunt us. It doesn't. Excuse me. Oh, so much congestion. But anyways, the 7 of Cups is about making a decision. And whatever decision you make, choose love. I don't care what cup it is, choose love. That is at the center of it all. Okay, that's the big bang. All right, welcome to the new earth, the new world. Because we were not taught that we needed to love ourselves. Yeah, brush your teeth. You should go take a shower, cleanse your body. But what about the energy body? Okay, so we can get into that too. There's a mindset that we're only to perceive it one way. I don't care what it was. Maybe you want to make more money, and you're only focused on this one direction, and will not sway to the right or to the left or take risks because you were taught you had to work hard for it. What? I don't work hard for it. I do not work hard for it. Well, I do work hard because I'm a conscious creator. And what I mean by that is I am and have been already through this. This is my energy. I am a Cancer sign, sun, moon, rising. So like right now, it's like, I gotta breathe. It's like I gotta breathe. Or I can get in this energy where I am just overwhelmed with other people's emotions, and I'm taking on other people's energies and emotions, mentally, spiritually, physically, etherically, you name it. But I'm a leader, and I'm here as a light to show you what I did for myself. And you might be already doing this, and if you're not, watch this video as many times as you have to come to the inner understanding, not from just the human perspective. That's why I mean about logical. I'm an adult now. I don't have to keep pushing love away. I could give it to myself when I feel that rejection, that inner child wound pop up and say, ooh, that don't feel good. That means, I get to react or respond with love instead of react out of fear. All right. And when we're in the nostalgic energy, and this is why there's a runner and a chaser, right? In any relationship, is because when a person wants to run, they're running away from their mirror. They're running away from what they won't look down and, face, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, or etherically. And etherically, we let in so much energy that's toxic, which is the narcissist and the empathic world. This is a gift, right? I have the greatest gift of discernment now when it comes to my relationships with my mother, with whatever, even with the spiritual realm. Okay. It is to call only to you what you're projecting out. So if you are not working on self-love and you feel stuck in your mind about a job, a physical partner, whatever it is, if you're trying to develop your gifts and your talents and you're stuck in this, what do I do with it? Eight of Swords, right? You need to let that go. Let that go so you can step in and be seen and paraded for your own gifts and talents. Okay, so there's not one way to make money. There's not one way to perceive love. Love is everything. All right. If you have a belief system, okay, that's what you believe. But allow yourself to be more open minded and stop pushing away what comes to you. Like, it's there. Every relationship is here to teach us a lesson. Okay. Do we want to run from it or do we want to face it head on? Because we're all here. You can say fault or default. We're all here and we all have a part to play with this mental space and emotional space and physical space. We all get to create and either be separated or in unity. Okay. Love is the answer to everything. And yes, it can be devastatingly hard to stay in pure, unconditional love. And that's why it's important to work on the self every moment and every chance you get. Go outside, connect with nature, call on your guides, your team of spirit from the highest light of love, and get by water, look at your own reflection, look in the mirror and see who's looking back. I mean, do you turn away from yourself when you look in the mirror? Do you say negative things when you see yourself in the mirror? I mean, what are you focused on? Because if you're saying negative things to yourself every time you see yourself, right? This is not your truth, right? This has been implanted. The Eight of Swords, we can go any swords. It's mental. Okay. These are other people's thoughts and their own perceived failures. And they like to project it onto you so they don't have to do the work. Okay. So if you're in a relationship, and I'm feeling like some might be, or not might, are, um, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. You're not alone. Everybody's going through this shift of consciousness, um, how to do self love and self care treatments to not feel left out in the cold by whoever. All right. Your own mother can project some shit onto you. Okay. So I have this power of discernment. And I learned this over many, many relationships that I let just, I wore my heart on my sleeve, and I just wanted to be loved, and I just wanted to give love. So I was always the giver and never the receiver. It was never clearly intended for me to receive love. Okay. There's people that want to be you and steal your energy. Okay. Um, take what resonates and definitely leave the rest. But you are the master builder of your own happiness, of your own thoughts, of your own feelings, and of your own actions. So when we center ourselves in our own perception of masculine and feminine energy, then we become that portal. We just open up this portal and we attract and we see and feel and know what love is. Okay. So love is blind. Not going to tell you a lie. That's why I chose to walk away from my past. I lived in my mind that I would never feel loved. And, I have so much deception around me. And when I shift that and I took care of myself, it just shifted the outside like magic. All right. And this is the big bang we're all waiting for. So, welcome to the new earth, new world of unconditional love of the self. And if you need help, okay, I feel like I'm rambling a lot right now, but this is what happens when I channel. I'm a channel to spirit, the spiritual realm. It's one thing is definitely to be compassionate and kind and have a lot of patience for yourself. Because if you have always felt neglected, abused, whatever it is, in that narcissistic lower energy, right? Um, it's not always you. But remember to look within, okay, when you are reacting to being rejected or feeling left out, or abandoned. Maybe you're not invited to the Christmas party and it hurt your feelings. Well, you know what? That's them, not you. So you just do your best, give yourself so much love, and know that you are worthy to be at that party and celebrate whatever it was. You are to be celebrated for everything that you offer your partner, your children, the world in general. We all have our own specific niche and gifts and talents that did not come easy by no means. Okay. We've had to leave some really traumatic experiences behind to be able to move forward. And there's always this death to have a new rebirth, whether it's a physical death or a spiritual death. And that's where my gift, I couldn't understand it. I just wanted to just focus spiritual, but it's really logic. It's logic. It's about learning life's lessons. It's about remembering what love you received from so and so place, person, thing, or the specific idea. Maybe it didn't work out, right? and you felt like you failed. You did not fail. You are never failing. You're always trying. You're always progressing. Um, Energy, the thing about energy in the mind is we're always thinking. Okay. So when someone tells you to be mindful of your thoughts, you got to say, what? You know, we have so many thoughts in just seconds. And if they're repeated patterns, habits, and thoughts that you've always thought, they're not serving you no more. Okay. That's what's keeping you stuck. You get to say, you know what? I'm going to purge them thoughts. Thank you for them thoughts. You know, I welcome them thoughts. Don't push them away. Be aware of them. This is why it happens. Okay. I'm trying to see what else Spirit wants me to talk about. All right. Yeah. So when you come into the self, the divinity of your own feminine and masculine perception, right? When that, and I'm not going to even say that needs to be healed. Okay. It's about just knowing that you are this. You are the center of unconditional love. And anything outside of that is coming or being brought up for you to be aware of. Like, to always go and take a step back, even when someone wants to attack you. That's their wound. Don't respond. Choose love. Choose love. Walk away. Go take a walk and get out in nature and call in your spirit team. Whatever your belief is, okay? Nobody's beliefs. It's love. Okay? We all were created by the Creator. We all are able to love and be loved. Okay. There's no doubt in my mind I did this work, and it was a long, hard struggle. I mean, I can pull all the fives out of the deck where I felt abandoned, abused, left out in the cold, mistreated, because I'm different, and we're all meant to be different and unique. There's not one person that's not capable of choosing love over fear. Okay. And with that being said, once you align with your own divinity and your own Christ consciousness, all right, your body receives this new mental message, emotional response, and physical response, and your body will heal itself. It's so natural. Okay. Like, don't think for one moment. I'm going to talk about my relationship for a minute. My current relationship. You might all know or heard of the term twin flame, karmic partner, soulmate, right? Life partner. Well, I was so stuck on meeting and wanting my twin flame, right? When I am it. You cannot attract your perfect mate or counterpart until you do the work. And if you're in a relationship and you're doing the work and your vibration and evolution is raising and the other one's not, your light is rising. So the other person you're going to repel each other. Okay. So, which will cause more conflict inside the self. Okay. Because you're going to be like, man, I had hope. I kept my faith. I prayed to God that this person would change because he's seen me doing it. Let go of expectations, first of all, because it's about the self. You get to be the master builder of unconditional love for the self. All right. And it heals all past wounds of when you felt rejected by someone in the past or mistreated or mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually abused in any kind of way. So, yeah, it's about stepping in, being your own leader and taking your power back from all the lies you've been told, basically. And I don't want to point fingers like mom, dad, sister, brother. You know, it doesn't matter. Okay. It's that simple now. You can take a shortcut and just say, I've had enough. I've had enough. And if it's not serving you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and what you allow in, it needs to go. Okay. So it's about allowing this alignment of your own masculine and feminine perception to come together, right? Merge that divinity in Christ consciousness and receive thought, receive love, right? You don't have to work hard for love. You are it. You should never have to seek love. You should never have to seek money. You should never have to work hard for what you want. Okay? Bottom line, everything I want, I ask because I'm in alignment. And I know alignment because I as an empathic person, I attract narcissistic people all the time, right? And these are family members, dude. Sometimes I gotta just say, you know what? You're not serving me right now, and not with judgment, right? It's releasing all judgment and feeling emotion for that person, compassion, releasing all judgments. Because remember, when we're judging someone else, we're judging ourselves, the mirror, right? We've been in this lower spot, you know, where they are right now. Maybe you're not there now and you're up high and you're evolving, right? Don't for 1 second think that someone else can't get there. Because I mean, I've had so many relationships that it was pure torture, and I allowed it because I just wanted love. I just wanted happiness. I took the abuse. I took the beatings, and I didn't care if I felt alone or, you know, oh, they'll come around. They'll be back. You know, I'm still here waiting, waiting, waiting. They'll change, you know, maybe they'll love me better tomorrow if I change this in me. You know, didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way. I've always tried to change myself for someone else and not be authentic. That's not you being authentic. And that's what self-acceptance. I mean, you are who you are. You went through what you went through, but it's time to step in and lead. All right. It's time to lead by the soul. Okay. The soul will lead you and bring love to you. All right. Pay attention. So get out of your head, focus on the self, work on the self. Never mind your partner. All right. If he's a negative Nancy, let him be the negative Nancy. Just try not to react to the situation at hand. And do not, by any means, if you are being mistreated, okay, logically, use your logic thinking and say, you know what? All he does is mentally abuse me. And I know I'm working on myself. This cannot be mine. This is not my stuff. So it's your stuff when you choose to react and respond to the narcissistic energy. All right. So we're all being pulled into more self-love, self-care. And I dare you to do this because it's going to raise the vibration and you're going to be a leader, right? You don't got to talk about it or even care if you're being seen doing it. Just do it. Do it for you. This is what your higher self is daring you to do right now, is be seen doing it for you. You know what? Maybe you're someone that just don't focus on the inner beauty of yourself, right? There's so much that's hidden from you because you are such a beautiful soul. Yeah, and I can relate. I've been at the lowest part, you know, like the lotus flower. A lotus flower will be just so buried in the mud, and it sprouts up through the tough stuff, right? It does make it to the surface. That is my experience. That's how I felt. I felt like I was so stuck in the mud, stuck in the head, carrying other people's projections. I actually took it on and I believed they were true for me. And it really reflected outside of me to everybody and everything, every decision that I made, by what they expected. And that's because of me trying to change me, not change me for me, not step into the inner beauty of the self. You know, I didn't know how to do that. But I remember when I was a kid, I have always been connected to love. I didn't understand it, but I asked the universe for this. I said, God, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, who are you, and how can I become it? That everybody portrayed these three entities, right? Um, were so perfect. I just wanted to be that. So I tried to mirror that my whole life by wearing my heart on my sleeve. And this is the spiritual aspect of it. That you can give all the love you want to give, but if you're not receiving it, your life force is being drained, completely drained. And that's when you got to say, this is enough. This is enough. What can I do for me today? What can I do for me right now that I keep putting off for other people or other places? All right. Whatever that is. I've learned that, to work with crystals and use sage to cleanse my energy. I learned to step into my own grace, my own integrity, my own feelings of sensuality and what pleasure meant to me. Um, there's always a snake in the grass, and they're going to bite you. And one's going to bite you so hard that you might even take your life and feel so rejected and unloved. Don't let that happen. I just lost a friend that came to me, and no matter what I could tell her, she was so stuck in this belief system that she wasn't good enough, you know, um, and took her life. So, with that being said, you know, if you have dreams and you have desires, you want to chase that. Okay, whatever you're chasing is chasing you. But if you are not that energy first, you're going to attract what you are not wanting. Um, so, yeah, sometimes we got to start over and we got to move forward away from that wave that we don't want to look at and be with ourselves. A lot of us don't understand what being with ourselves is. Being with ourselves is, excuse me, it definitely is not this, okay? It is not feeling stuck or tied or like you have no freedom of choice, okay? Um, even old foundations, not just ourselves, but actual physical, tangible churches, government buildings, things are crumbling to be reborn. Okay. And that was the promise. That was your promise. That's why you came here, to be warriors for God and stand in the truth. The spirit of truth is unconditional love, feeling emotion, compassion, not judging the person, the place, the thing, or even someone else's ideas. Okay, because they have a right to have those ideas. It's just this is what causes the conflict, all right? One has to be right and one has to be wrong. One has to up the other, and it just becomes this fight within the self. Like, you have to one up everybody to be better than them. You are unique. You are perfect. Okay. You're perfectly imperfect. All right. For your soul to expand and grow into more love. So I dare you. I'm going to end this video at 40:22. I dare you to choose love. Okay. I dare you, when your phone don't work, to just go within and take in that breath, because that is it. The sacred breath is love. And when you choose that for yourself, you won't regret it. There's so much more to my story. If you'd like to know more about me, or you'd like an intuitive reading built for you specifically, I didn't leave anything in the description box, but I'm sure one of my other videos have everything in it. If you'd like to donate to my channel, that's always grateful for that. You don't have to. This is totally free. I love giving you the education that Spirit gave to me, right? I didn't do this on my own, by no means. You have a perfect counterpart when you do the work on the self, or you're just going to keep attracting the narcissistic patterns in people. I can't be sorry to say that my discernment has also shown me that this can be your closest person that you care about, that you hold the dearest to your heart. So don't allow your mom to say, "Oh, well, you better eat, girl, because you're so skinny," right? Or don't. We'll just leave it at that. I was 144 too. So it's about the self. Okay. So I really didn't need the notes. I pretty much walked this path. In every moment I choose love. It's hard. I'm not going to say it's not hard, but if I want to be forgiven and I want to allow myself the freedom and peace and harmony and happiness that I seek, then that's the choice that I get to choose, And even the people in the past that's hurt me, I have gracefully forgiven. So I too have hurt them, or they wouldn't have been able to hurt me. Okay. Just remember that it's the spiritual part of my logical business and spiritual business. It was built in a non-conventional way. By all means, you have the right to change your mind, choose love over fear at any time. You can see the signs in the world. I mean, literal signs. They're choose love over fear, choose God over, But really, when we want to talk about the devil card, it is our own inner demons. It's our inner child wounds. And I did that work. I love it. I didn't love doing it. But that changed over time. I started to see the blessings that my higher self would give me if I would just perceive and feel and know only love, okay, in the self. And I had to go here first because I believed I was messed up. I believed that I didn't deserve love and that, people reject me because I'm not good enough. And it was really hard for me. I walked away. I literally sacrificed my entire family to find who I was. And I was there the whole time. I just needed self-acceptance. That, it's not always love that you see. It's love that you feel. Okay. When you're feeling supported by someone, take that as love, If they're not judging you and comparing you to somebody else, take that as love, right? And you're not rejected, not in the cold, and not heard, right? If you're not, okay, if you're not and you're receiving this, that means you did the work, right? You did the work, you're receiving love in all of its forms of abundance and prosperity. The wealth is in the health. All right, well, I got company, so speaking of the mother, all right, love and light. Please like, share, and subscribe. And that's my Lucky James working. So love and light, everybody.